Hello viewers, and welcome to another DG Modelworks video. This video will be an overview of an Athearn ready-to-roll HO scale SD60 in Norfolk Southern, primed for grime. I'm a little late getting this video out. I do apologize, but life is busy. Before we get started into that, I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Tony Cook from White River Productions. I'm sure most of you know who Tony Cook is. Editor over at, like I said, White River Productions. They make many magazines. If you're like me, you still like a traditional magazine. So definitely head over there and check out White River Productions. They have magazines such as Diesel Era, HO Scale Collector, Model Railroad Craftsman. I'm sure most of you heard of that one. And Model Railroad News, another popular one, among many others. So definitely go check out White River Productions. Now let's get started. If you would like to see more content from my channel, be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified of future videos. Here we have the SD60 from Athearn Ready to Roll. This is a patched out Norfolk Southern unit, which is why it is part of the Prime for Grime series. Really good looking locomotive. I like the Ready to Roll line. I think it's a really good balance between nice detail for the price. This new Ready to Roll line comes with all LED lighting, which is a huge plus. If you get the sound version, comes with Soundtrack's Econami sound decoder installed, and dual sugar cube speaker from Athearn, which sounds really good. It may not have the Genesis driveline, but the Ready to Roll driveline I find to be works really well, and it's generally smooth and a lot of times more quiet than the Genesis driveline. So there's no complaints from me on the Ready to Roll driveline at all. So again, like I said, this is a really nice looking model. We'll do a walk around here. I'll point out some things to you, and then we'll do some running and some testing. And I'm going to give you a little history lesson on this locomotive. This model from Athearn represents the Norfolk Southern unit that Norfolk Southern purchased from HLCX Leasing Group, patched it, and put it into service. Like I said, this is from the Ready to Roll line, and there are a number of separately applied detail parts. Grab irons, wipers, MU hoses, coupler cut lever, lots of warning labels. There is even simulated walkway tread. Nice truck detail. Have the bell. You have your standard sliding windows like most Athearn products. You got the sunshade separately applied. Moving further back, there is a see-through grille here. None of the rest are see-through. And you do see the patched out logo there on the side. There is also some see-through fan detail, even the winterization hatch. You can see right through that too, and see the fan blades. Here's a quick shot of the rear. You do have the MU hoses, coupler cut lever, more grab irons, even a simulated spare knuckle couplers. The number boards do not light on this locomotive, front or rear. This is a Ready to Roll, so they do not light. You have your LED rear light though. This particular model here is equipped with sound from Soundtrack's Econami from the factory, along with the Athearn dual sugar cube speaker. We will do some running of that here in a little while. Like I said, this is all LED lighting. The only lighting features on this locomotive are the headlights and rear lights. I'm a little disappointed because the real locomotive is equipped with ditch lights. Now Athearn did provide ditch lights, non-functioning ditch lights that you can install yourself for the look of ditch lights. If you're skilled enough, you could wire up LEDs in these and make them functional. That will require some work on your part. That's definitely not for the novice modeler. I have not tried to install these ditch lights yet. I was doing some looking. These are pilot mounted ditch lights, not deck mounted ditch lights. And looking at this model, it appears the coupler cut lever would be in the way of mounting these ditch lights. Like I said, I haven't really dove into that too far yet, but I do have a slight concern there. As I said, this is a disappointment to me, but at the same time, it is a ready-to-roll line, and not everything in that ready-to-roll line will be 100% prototypically accurate. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about this model, just as a precaution for you, so you don't accidentally drop your locomotive on the floor. This is the first Athearn locomotive that I've seen like this. And as you know, when you pick up your model, you want to reach around and grab the fuel tank to lift it up. Don't always trust holding onto the shell. However, if you're going to open this up and do some work on the inside of it, or decoder change, whatever you want to do, as you flip it over to put it in your cradle, be very careful not to just hold it by the fuel tank. As you see, there is no screw holding the fuel tank on like pretty much every Athearn model I've ever seen. It is only held on by double-sided tape, and it comes off pretty easily. I almost found out the hard way because I like to open these up and have a look at the inside and just check things out. And usually I take a picture of it for you to see what the inside looks like. And I almost dropped it because as I was turning it over to put it in my cradle, I had a hold of the fuel tank and it pulled off. So it could be a disastrous move on your part if you turn it upside down and only hold it by the fuel tank. Now a little history on the real SD60 locomotive that we have modeled here. The real one started its life as a CNW number 8052. And later it became a leasing unit, HLCX number 5967. Then it ended up being acquired by Norfolk Southern, number 6529, just like the one sitting in front of you, and was patched just like this one you see, and was put into service. And then later on, it ended up becoming an SD60E number 6952. There you have it. And Athearn actually made a model of that specific locomotive. I believe this was from their first run of SD60Es. But yes, SD60 number 6529 ended up in the SD60E program from Norfolk Southern, and actually ended up as this locomotive right here. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was a nice touch. Actually, I believe another manufacturer produced the CNW version. But who knows, maybe Athearn will produce that specific road number 8052 CNW in maybe a future release. All right, let's fire this thing up and do some running. This is equipped, like I said, with the Soundtrack's Econami decoder and the dual sugar cube Athearn speaker from the factory. I'm going to apply track power. It'll start up, and we will do some running. As I'm running, take notice of the LED headlights. I will do a quiet run with it too. I will mute the sound so you can get an idea of that. And I will say right out of the box, Speed Step 1 did have some slight jerkiness to it. It wasn't 100% smooth rolling. In my opinion, some break-in time and it will be perfect. So I would not go adjusting any CVs until you do a break-in period, which is the proper way to do it anyways. But I think, honestly, with a little bit of runtime, it will smooth out and be really, really nice. I think the Econami sound in this is really, really nice. Definitely sounds good in person. I hope the camera's picking it up as nicely as I hear it. Dynamic brakes. Well, there you have it. The Athearn Ready to Roll SD60 in the Norfolk Southern patched out scheme from the Primed for Grime series. I'm a huge fan of the Ready to Roll line. I think it's a great value for what you receive versus what you pay. There are some sacrifices to be made here and there, and that's understandable with something that's not the top tier of any type of product. As you see, though, this Genesis model beside it is a representation of what this became in real life. So this is the Ready to Roll, and that is the Genesis line. And you did hear the quiet running I did at the end of this video for you to hear that. And honestly, it's perfectly quiet. A lot of times, I'm telling you, the Ready to Roll driveline is more quiet than the Genesis driveline. I don't know why, but there's no complaints from me on that by any means. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to try to be back as much as possible. Life is busy right now, and I'm doing my best. So you guys take care out there, and I'll see you on the next video.